There have already been published the first and second volumes of Sri Upadesh Guidance Bengali editions, composed from the holy nectarian discourses Hari Katha, emanating from the holy mouth of Supremely Worshipful Sri Guru Pad Padma, the current President Acharyya of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math on Vishnupad, Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharyya Maharaj. This fallen soul has got an opportunity to have the association of Srila Acharyya Maharaj during the preaching programs at various festivals and in various villages. At these spiritual gatherings, His Divine Grace shed light on the holy guidance of Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the preserver of Sri Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya and establisher of the worldwide preaching of Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Vani, the teachings of pure devotional conception, as well as the holy discourses of the founder Acharya of this holy mat, Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakshak Shidadev Goswami Maharaj, and the Hritkana Rasayana Katha, discourses that are pleasing to the ear and heart, of my Sri Param Gurudev, the Sevite Acharya of this holy mat, Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj. Today, on this Gaura Trayodashi, bright moon day, is the appearance day of Sriman Nityananda Prabhu, Mercy Incarnate, worshipping this supremely auspicious day that awards liberation and desiring the purification of this soul. This engulfed in ignorant soul has expressed his desire to publish the third volume of Sri Upadesh, based on the holy talks emanating from the lotus mouth of Sri Guru Pad Padma. Therefore, this holy book contains many spiritual solutions that warrant auspiciousness. The readers seeking spiritual benefit will surely obtain satiation of their hunger and feel nourished and satisfied by the subject matters contained herein. O Adoshadarasi, readers who do not see faults in others, it is my prayer that you please forgive my being unqualified in the matters of publishing, my lack of attachment to the service of devotees of the Supremely Merciful Sri Gaura Nityananda, as well as all the mistakes and errors that have polluted this holy book. Humbly, the poor and low, publisher of the original Bengali edition, Sri Bhakti Tilak Niriha. So, preface. So we have the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya disciplic succession, which is explained there, starting from Krishna to Brahma and Narad, all the way down to Srila Bhakti Rakshak Goswami Maharaj, Srila Govinda Maharaj, and Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj. So, meaning of festival by His Divine Grace Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj. We have assembled here today on the occasion of the holy appearance day of Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakshak Dev Goswami Maharaj. It is our great and highest fortune that our Sri Guru Pad Padma, having manifested himself in the deity form, is taking our service and worshipped. Today also we have gathered here in the Nat Mandir of Sri Gaura Sundar and Gandharva Govinda Sundar Ju, and are making a festival in honor of his holy appearance day. When we hear that there is a festival held in the Vaishnava tradition or in any other tradition, we understand the word festival, utsav, as a social function. But when Vaishnavas make a festival, it is called Mahotsav, grand festival. Vaishnavas make Mahotsavs. In vernacular language, it is often called Mochav, and sometimes we hear people say, "Oh, Vaishnavas are making a Mochav today. Come, we will get some prasad there." But the real meaning and purpose of a Mahotsav is actually realized when Vaishnavas are served properly. Even if you serve non-Vaishnavas for all eternity, it will not be a Mahotsav. Only when there is Vaishnav Seva can it be a Mahotsav. The purpose of a Mahotsav is to please Vaishnavas. We see such mention in the scriptures. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur discussed this matter in his books very earnestly and gave it much importance. He says that if one serves Vaishnavas, even if it is 4 Vaishnavas only, but if they are pure Vaishnavas, then the purpose of the Mahotsav is fulfilled. Today, Krishna Kirtan and Krishna consciousness is spread all over the world, and it is our great fortune that we can take part in it, bringing ourselves thus a great benefit. The hearts of all the Vaishnavas have assembled here today for this purpose. One can recognize a Vaishnava by following the Vaishnava's guidance. The qualities of a Vaishnava, Vaishnavata, are present when there is adherence to Vaishnava's guidance. The qualities of a Vaishnava are present when there is more humility than that of a blade of grass. The qualities of a Vaishnava are present when there is more tolerance than that of a tree. In this way, there are 3 different kinds of Vaishnavas. They are described in Srimad Bhagavatam and Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu: Uttam, senior; Madhyam, middle; and Kanishta, junior. Our intrinsic identity is that we are members of Goloka or Vaikuntha, which is the abode of Lord Shiradakshayi Kamalapati. Our original form is that we are all Vaishnavas. That is, we are all servants of Vishnu. Vishnu is Sarveshvareshwara, Supreme Lord. He is Brajendra Nandan, son of Nanda Maharaj, and we all his servants and maidservants. Therefore, in our original form, we are members of Goloka, but at present, due to our activities and faults, we have become averse and fallen into the ocean of Maya, illusion, and we are all struggling and splashing amidst it. Forgetting the service of the Lord, we enjoy ourselves roaming throughout heaven, hell, and all the planes in between. When we do something good, we go to heaven. When we do something bad, we go to hell. In this way, we play ducks and drakes with our lives, squandering life in vain. But the Lord is not pleased with that. Srila Guru Maharaj has a book called Loving Search for the Lost Servant. When he says that the Lord is waiting for his lost servants, his lost children. There is a prisoner in every country. Suppose there are 125 million people in a country. 100,000 of them may be in prison, but you cannot judge or learn about the world based on those, 100,000 bad people. The transcendental abode is the plane where souls engage themselves 24 hours a day in the service of the Lord. This is the place of our original existence, and this is what constitutes the activities of our original form. However, because we are looking for our own happiness, we have all of a sudden, by some bad fortune, got into prison. There is, however, a way to reform. All the Vedas and allied scriptures are pointing in that direction. And sometimes the Lord comes also himself, or his devotees appear in this world, taking pity on the conditioned souls like us. They come to educate us and take us to Goloka Vrindavan, engaging us again in service or giving us such an opportunity. It is these 3 agents that we must connect with and relate to: Guru, Vaishnav, and Bhagavan. They come to the prison from time to time when the religious standards decline. There are different ways to reform the prisoners. Vedadi sarvastrastranam samagyasya badayakam. All the scriptures, all the Vedas give us adjustment and show us the path to follow. That road is the path of Sharanagati. You'll have to excuse my Sanskrit, it's awful. Sharanagatera akinchanera ekai lakshana tara madhye praveshaye atma samarpana. There are those who have surrendered to the Lord and those who are free from material desires. Both of these types of devotees have one common quality: complete self-surrender. Sharanalana kare Krishna atma samarpana, Krishna tare kore tat kale atmasama. When one fully surrenders unto Krishna's lotus feet, Krishna accepts them as his very own. Shei deha kore tara chidanandamai, aprakrita deha tara charana bhajai. When the devotee's body is transformed into spiritual existence, the devotee in that transcendental body renders service to the lotus feet of the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita 222, 96, 99, and 3.4193. This is the straight Grand Trunk Road. We can see by the mercy of the Vaishnavas that the scriptures lay a road through a mountain. And if we take this road, then we can proceed undaunted. Maya sya hyokto baya. Srimad Bhagavatam 11, 12, 15. Bayam dviti yabin niveshataha syad ishad epatasya viparayo smriti tan mayato buddha abhajetam bhaktye kayesham guru devatma. A person of fine intelligence will serve with single-minded devotion to his guru, who is his Lord and dearmost friend. But those who have turned away from the Lord adopt the illusory ego of considering the perishable body to be the self, forgetting their true identities. Their consciousness absorbed in secondary pursuits, i.e. mundane objectives, they are always fearful on the account of the body and its attachments. We experience so much disturbance, so much difficulty, but all fear comes from secondary pursuits. Secondary pursuit means pursuit of anything other than Krishna. When one does something related to the service of Krishna, then there is no place for any secondary pursuit. We have opened our own separate account, and all the good or bad actions we perform come to that account. All burden falls on our shoulders. The only problem is that having opened that account, I all of a sudden find myself completely broke. Where is our real destination, our real position? The Lord has mercifully given us free will so that we could serve Him, so that we could practice Krishna consciousness. Our genuine existence consists of willing, feeling, and thinking, but we have misused it. I have dragged myself into this perverted, ugly form, and now I am suffering and enjoying with that. However, our hope is that the sadhus, gurus, and Vaishnavas will show us the light. Anybody has any thoughts or wants to... I liked the analogy of having opened our own separate bank account. It's like we've somehow decided, okay, yeah, I want to do this independently. I can do this. And then all of a sudden all these debts are coming to us, all these bills that are coming our way, and we're like, no, what have we done? And then we complain when it happens. Actually, I mean, how often do we find ourselves blaming others for everything that goes on around us? But how often do we actually sit there and think, actually, no, this is my fault. I am the one who has brought this upon myself. And, you know, in so many circumstances in general, like we can always trace something back to ourselves, ultimately. And I don't know. That was just one of my thoughts. Anyone? Anything? No, you're just going to leave me hanging?
I did have, but it pertained to the earlier section.
Yeah, go for it.
I was wondering if you know the Vaishnava who wrote the foreword.
It's Tilak Maharaj.
Tilak Maharaj,
He was He is the disciple of Srila Acharyya. His name as a brahmachari was Tilak Prabhu. And then in the beginning he was serving in the Siliguri temple. And he was there as a pujari, and he will go to the market to collect boga and to bring it to the temple. That will be his service. After that, he went in some preaching tour with these two Indian sannyasis. But later on, he went again with Srila Acharyya, and then he put him in charge of, he gave him sannyas and then put it back to Tilak Nirmal Maharaj, and gave him the service of taking care of Ekachakra. In one Ekachakra festival, he himself, usually Acharyya collects all the things to go to the festival, but one time he communicated with himself and said, you don't need to do anything, I already collected and arranged everything. And currently, he is mostly in the Nrishinghapali temple, like overlooking the expansion and construction of that. He's a very, very young person, and he's very sedantic. His behavior is very, very humble. Very super sweet as well. Yes, super. You will not notice that he will speak in this manner because he's very low profile, but his capacity for do service are very beyond.
So nice to hear about him.
Where did we get to?
The Lord himself says.
Yeah. The Lord himself says, I come from time to time. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijami aham. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashya cha duskritam. Dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. O Bharata, whenever there is a decline of religion, an uprising of irreligion, I personally make my advent. I appear age after age to deliver the saintly devotees, vanquish the miscreants, and firmly establish true religion. Srimad Bhagavad Gita 4.7-8. The Lord comes himself, but who is actually even more important for us than the Lord himself, his devotee? The Lord comes himself, or he sends his devotee. Go and rectify them by hook or by crook. If I come and show them my four-armed form, what will that give them? It is necessary to first give them the eyes. Andibhuta chakshu jara vishaya dulite, kemani se paratattva phaive dekhite. Our eyes are blinded by the dust of the illusionary environment. How can we then see the transcendental world? Even if I show myself to them, will they be able to see it? Go and make all the arrangements so that they could see me. Devotees then come to this world tolerating all kinds of pain and sadness. Sadhus, Guru and Vaishnavas appear in the world to engage us in the service of the Lord and bring us back to their transcendental abode full of spiritual bliss. Krishna comes himself. He sends his devotees, and with the help of the Vaishnavas, we can get the qualification to engage in the internal service in that transcendental abode of the Lord and return to the life of our real identity. Whatever is done in this world is called karma, fruitive work, and whatever is done in the world of devotion is called seva, service. There is no need for renunciation. The scriptures also tell us that it is necessary to practice yukta vairagya, proper renunciation. Why? Whichever direction you go, your bad luck is such that you will get rough road everywhere. Even if you try your best to trudge through, you will still not be able to go. You will stumble and break your leg. Look, I am giving you a pavement. You can go along it, the Lord says. Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, chapter 2, verse 34. Jai Bhai Bhagavata prokta upaya hyatma labdhaye agyapumsam avidusham vidhi bhagavatan hitan. No doubt, even ignorant people can reach the Lord if they follow the process prescribed by the Lord himself, namely Bhagavat Dharma, or devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Take shelter of Bhagavat Dharma. If you take shelter of the devotees of the Lord, you can get eternal supreme benefit. The Lord himself says, "There is only one way to get me. Our only duty, our only activity is to surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord." I was thinking as we were reading up here where he says that if Krishna himself comes and reveals himself in his four-armed form, what is the value of that? And I was thinking back to how in Krishna Leela, even in Mahaprabhu's Leela, he comes and still people do not know who he is. And we see in Chaitanya, I think it's in Chaitanya Charitamrita, no, maybe Chaitanya Bhagavat, we have the story where one of Mahaprabhu's associates, he's revealing to his cousin, this is Mahaprabhu. You would probably know who it is, I'm terrible with names. No? And he says, Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord. And he says, and actually, it is only because I have his grace that I can see that. If you do not have the grace, then you cannot see that. That is why. And actually, I don't know, everything that we know about Krishna consciousness, where is it coming from? It's not coming from something we have gained or something we have done, some action. It is only coming through the grace of the Vaishnavas. Only they can reveal the Lord to us. In fact, they reveal the Vaishnavas to us. We do not even know who is the Vaishnava without the grace of the Vaishnava. So, in that sense, what he is saying here, that what Guru Dev is saying, that the Vaishnava, he is more important to us than Krishna himself. And again, I'm terrible with names, but there is this quote, I think it is Raghunath Das Goswami, when he goes to Vrindavan, and his guru has passed away, and then suddenly Vrindavan becomes this place where he sees everything is actually not favorable anymore without his guru. He thinks it is all actually antagonistic towards him. He's seeing Govardhan as this serpent coming to attack him, and without the Vaishnavas, anything that that we come in contact with, we have no qualification to understand or process these things, to perform seva or anything. So anyone? Please stop me talking.
No, it's so nice. It reminds me of how it is that also the devotee, he's before Krishna, there's that story before the Lord, but then he's checking with his guru, is this really the Lord? He has to check.
What's that story, please?
I don't know, but it's...
Well, give us the basics, what you can remember.
Just, that idea that if the Lord comes before me, that tendency of the devotee to check with the guru or the Vaishnava, is this really my Lord? The same thing with what Srila Govinda Maharaj talks about, the Singhavalokana, the lion proceeding, but always checking back,
right.
is this the right direction? Am I going the right direction?
Okay, nice. Okay, can anyone help me out? Where were we?
I think you were going to the other verse. Take shelter of Bhagavatar. After the first verse.
Shatam prashangan mama virya samvido bhavanti hritkana rasayana katha taj joshanad asvapavarga vartmani Sradaratir Bhakti Anukramishyati. In the association of sadhus, discussions of the pastimes of the Lord bring joy to the ear and heart. Relishing these discussions in association with you, you will quickly progress to the path of liberation. Thereafter, faith, attachment, and devotion to the Lord will ensue. Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 25th chapter, verse 25. The Lord says himself, keep association of the sadhus who talk about me, who discuss topics related to me, and in whose association my service is accomplished. By their mercy you will get everything. They have no other business. Their only business is to run following one single course. They do not understand anything other than that. Sadhus try to engage themselves wherever there is service to the Lord, wherever there is service to the Lord's devotees. Whatever we get by the mercy of the sadhus, Guru and Vaishnavas. There is only one path, to worship the Lord following the footsteps and guidance of the sadhus, Guru and Vaishnavas. When the Lord comes in the form of a Guru, he actually comes himself. Guru is non-different from the Lord. It is written in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Siksha Guru ke ta jani Krishnera Swarup. I know that Siksha Guru is non-different from Krishna. It can blow your mind if you think about it. Antaryami Bhakta Shrestha E Dui Rupa. The Lord manifests in two forms, as the Supersoul and as his dearmost devotee. When we get the seed, what do we do with it after that? How will a tree grow from that seed? From that seed there will sprout a tree that will be adorned with the fruit-bearing creepers that bestow highest and most auspicious result. How will this happen? Who will explain all this to me? I can learn all this if Krishna comes himself. The Lord has told clearly in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 2nd chapter, verse 34. Je vai Bhagavata prokta upaya hyatma labdaye agya pumsam avidusham vidi bhagavatan hitan. No doubt, even ignorant people can reach the Lord if they follow the process prescribed by the Lord himself, namely Bhagavat Dharma, or devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord himself tells the shortcut road to him. Suppose I like chana dal or rasgulla. If you give me a bitter sabji, will I like it? I want the things that I like. In the same way, the Lord himself says, I am bound by devotees. I am completely satisfied through bhakti yoga. I am the follower of my devotees. Where it says here that even ignorant people can reach the Lord, we tend to think that, just by... When we come across someone who is very knowledgeable of scriptures and knows so many Sanskrit verses and things like this, we automatically seem to get, impressed. It's like, ooh. And no doubt that, if someone is spending so much time engaged in the scriptures and learning these things, but that in itself it doesn't ultimately mean anything, I guess. What is the Lord looking for? The gopis of Vrindavan were very simple souls, They were not so learned in scriptures and all these things, but they had the most devotion to Krishna. And, by the instructions of our gurus, we are reading the scriptures as this is what they have instructed us to do. But sometimes I guess we can become a little what's the word I'm looking for? We can get too caught up in the external aspects of things and trying to overcomplicate what is devotional service. And like, I remember, I think it was Acharyya Maharaj, he says that, in one lecture, he says, if the guru tells you that the rope is a snake, it is a snake. And similarly, if he tells you a snake is a rope, it's a rope. It's just that simplicity of the service mood that we need to develop. I remember hearing or reading something recently where it explained very nicely what actually humility means. Humility is not, that we will stand there and necessarily and tolerate someone beating, us or, berating us. It means the humility of our service mood. That whatever comes to us, we will take it with a mentality that we are the servant, that we will try and serve our gurus. And whatever that service may be, it may be that we may have to stand up and fight, He said something like, will we sit there and watch as, someone comes to break the deities or something? No, we will have to stand up and fight. And that is what is real humility, that we are fully surrendered in that mood of service to the Guru and Vaishnavas.
Prabhu, can you shed a little bit of personal light on
Me personally, no.
It's so nice. Like this mood of, saying this is a snake and then this is a rope. We're from, this is such a beautiful concept. It's actually not so easy to apply, especially just like dealing with a snake or a rope. Like actually, if you think about that, that's something that requires some meditation and contemplation. And you said that type of simplicity needs to be cultivated. In another song, we sing to the Lord, praying, please keep me simple. It's an active pursuit to stay simple versus complicated. So often we can get complicated. Can you share a little bit of your
first you give your first you give your insights. No, you've just been speaking about it.
No, I'm thinking about like this, and I would love to hear from you.
I guess going back to what we were reading earlier, it's about this idea that we have our own self-interests and we get engaged in so many different things, and rather it should be the interest of our guru. And in that sort of similar light, that if we have that sort of faith and chastity to our guru, then whatever he tells us, we see that as reality. So currently we all have so many conceptions of reality, right? That's just a fact. Like, as an individual soul in a body, we all see reality completely different. No one is seeing the same reality, but reality, the beautiful, it is one. And in the sense that, this is Krishna, but Krishna can take many forms. So in many ways, reality can be many different forms as well. But it is all Krishna, and that is the absolute reality. So I guess in that respect, it means that we follow the conception of our guru. He teaches us what is reality. So in that sense, he is saying, here, this is service. This is how you can serve Krishna, by following my instructions. What I tell you, that is what is best for you. That is reality. So if he tells us that it is a snake, it means that we can take it literal, we can say, oh, well, this is reality, this is what it is. But also, I guess we could maybe look at it and say, well, he's telling us, actually, this is bad for us. This is a snake. this is not good for you. Keep away from that. Or alternatively, it can be a rope, something that is beneficial to us, or something not to be fit. Go along that path. So, I don't know, that's kind of my way of thinking of it, is that he's teaching us what is reality. So we have to try and adjust ourselves in line with his conception, not creating our own reality which is based on self-interest. Anyone else have thoughts? I know you all have thoughts, but more specifically in line with what we were talking. Okay, shall we carry on? Or, yeah? Okay. Sadavo ridayam mayam sadunam ridayam tvaham madanyate na jananti naham tebyo managapi. Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, chapter 6, verse 68. This is simple language. The Lord himself says, devotees are my heart, and I am the devotee's heart. They do not know anything except me. And I do not know anything except them. Ye daragara putrapta pranam vitam imam param hitva mam sharanim yata katam. Okay, I'm not going to say this one. Tangstyak. There you go. When the sadhus give up everything, their homes, wives, children, relatives, riches, and their very life, and take exclusive shelter in me, how can I ever leave them? Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, 4th chapter, verse 65. When one leaves their wives, their very life, children, wealth, everything, and one surrenders to me, worships me, do you think I can ever leave such a great donor? In this way, the Lord himself says in the scriptures, worship in the way that I like. Do what makes me happy. Then you will get my entire wealth. Okay, so I don't know, what's the program? Do we carry on or?
Yeah, it's already.
Well, yeah, normally RT's at 1:30, but if you wanted to...
We have a couple of minutes then, maybe? 5 minutes? There we go. So the next is the first chapter of guidance of Acharyya Maharaj. What is Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat and its distinctions? To explain to this world what is Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, what is its purpose, preaching matter or distinctions is an extremely difficult task. But it is even more difficult to make those who are engrossed in it and inspired by the commonplace ideas appreciated even partially. Still, this mat's founder Acharya Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakshida Dev Goswami Maharaj, his successor Sevaita Acharya Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, and his appointed current president Acharya Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj strive tirelessly to rescue the conditioned souls in India as well as all over the world. Through practicing and preaching the teachings of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in a pure way, following the path of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. The founder Acharya of the worldwide Sri Chaitanya Mat and Gaudiya Mat, Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, preached the teachings of Mahaprabhu all over the world, and amongst the Dikpal, worshipful guardian acharyas that came to help him, there was Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakshida Dev Goswami Maharaj, a true scholar of Sanskrit and great teacher. Srila Sridhar Maharaj took shelter at the feet of his Gurudev Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in 1926. Seeing Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj's unflinching erudition and other devotional qualities, Srila Prabhupada conferred upon him the sannyas order in 1930. Sri Prabhupada Padma Stavaka Sujanadvuda Radhitapada Jugam, composed by Srila Sridhar Maharaj, proved very dear to the devotees, and to this day is chanted at all Gaudiya Mats. When Srila Prabhupada saw Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj Srimad Bhaktivinoda Viraha Dasikam, he was very happy. You all know that just before Srila Prabhupada disappeared, his heart was touched by the kirtan, Sri Rupa Manjari Pada, that he heard from Srila Sridhar Maharaj's mouth. After Srila Prabhupada's disappearance, feeling extremely dejected, Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj left from Vrindavan. There he stayed at Pavan Sarovar near Nandagram. At that time, he received an Akashvani, divine message, from Srila Prabhupada and Srimati Radharani. Srila Prabhupada told him, I have kept you here so that you could preach Rupa Raghunath's line and rescue the conditioned souls. Why have you come here to Vrindavan to practice on your own in solitude? Hearing this message, Srila Sridhar Maharaj immediately left Vrindavan and came to Sri Kolaganj Navadvip Dham. There he made a thatched house on the bank of the Ganges and named it Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math. It was 1941. After that, many of Srila Prabhupada's disciples came to Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and many among them also took initiation into the sannyas mantra from him. When the founder Acharya of ISKCON, Om Vishnupad Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, was preaching in various countries, his disciples asked him, Who will we hear Hari Katha from after you? In reply to that, Srila Swami Maharaj said, Srila Sridhar Maharaj is my Siksha Guru and a bona fide Vaishnava and scholar. If you listen to Hari Katha from him, you will achieve spiritual advancement, and I will also be happy. Following that, many devotees from Western countries surrendered to Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. I'm going to stop there, and if anyone wants to speak something, then they can do. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharyya Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. All the assembled devotees ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat West London ki Jai. Anyone? Just general from day-to-day thoughts and
Srimad Krishna Kishore Prabhu.